Okay, so I've got my Napier grass here. It's growing. It's dormant right now, but it'll be growing in the spring. This is my greenhouse. This is like 3 or 4 years old, something like that. I got to get all this stuff cleaned out of it, obviously. Get some plastic over it. I'm gonna get the measurements, but I'm actually gonna grow strawberries here. Sorry, I know it's super redneck right now. The goats run free. They shit all over the place. But hey man, that's a farm, okay? I know I need to clean things up, like, please don't judge me. It's super redneck. Okay, here is my mushroom pile. It's wood chips that I've inoculated with mycelia, right? So we dig down here. You can see, oh, see, man, that's like in great shape right there, bro. That ain't mud, bro. That's breakdown of organic matter of wood. And I did put some compost in here, kind of give everything a head start or whatever. I don't like to do this often because I disrupt the mycelia. But if we dig down here like this, get your hand in here. I'm gonna go ahead and water this a little bit. You can really see, let's get out here in the sunlight. Oh yeah, you see that mycelia? See, bro? It's breaking down these wood chips, dude. That's great for composting. You want that fungal component in your compost. You want a 1-to-1 ratio of bacteria to fungi. And you see, when it's like that, how easily it breaks apart. Oh, look at that beautiful mycelia, bro. Oh my God, look at it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm gonna put it back. Put it back in there real deep. These ones aren't as inoculated, but a little bit. Oh yeah, it is. You see how easy it breaks apart? And that's what you want. You gotta have that mycelia component. Here, I'll show you. You gotta have that mycelia component present. Otherwise, these wood chips will never break down in your piles. Because this is the mistake I've made in the past. I didn't inoculate the wood chips with mycelia, and I'll show you exactly what I put on it. I just ordered the sawdust packets from the internet. Magic Mountain, I think it's called. I live in West Texas, so I got wine cap and oyster inoculated, and you got to keep it wet. That's the key, right? But that's what we're gonna learn in the school group. Fanatical farmers, baby. But these piles are a couple years old. That's not mycelia. That's like texture or something from the house. It's some construction material. This is a couple years old. Still pretty good compost. It's just dehydrated right now. Not terrible, but you see the fungal component is missing. And see, that's even broken down some. Like, there's been some fungi component here, but like, it's not breaking down all the way. I mean, and after 3 years, see, that's snapping. Like, there's something happening there, but it should be more so than this. And then this pile was better than this one, but you can see it's got to break down more than this. And it's just, there's some fungi present there. Obviously it's breaking apart, but it's got to break down way more than that. Our compost can't just be bacteria dominated. They've got to be balanced with fungi, right? And this is my first time doing this. It's my first time inoculating wood chips with the fungi. But I started this about 70 days ago. I inoculated it, built me a little sprinkler irrigation system. As you can see, little sprinkler irrigation system. I just hooked the hose right up here. It soaks this whole thing. I'll eventually have to replace this because the mycelia is eating that. But just being in here smells very earthy. I'm going to go ahead and put the sprinkler on it. It's not supposed to freeze tonight, so I'm going to let it run 3 or 4 hours. Keep everything nice and moist. I saw one earlier right here on top. Man, see that? And some of the woods decompose faster than the others, right? Look at that, man. That's gorgeous. Beautiful earthy smell to it. It's not sour. Nothing's wrong with it. It's gonna make great compost here. I'm making compost this week. So, man, it's gonna be my best 3 piles ever. I think I have enough silage for 3 piles. So over there, I showed you earlier where I was walking. Here, let me show you. My idea was this whole section here to be Napier grass, Mexican sunflowers, and teff. Teff is an Ethiopian green, but it's very drought tolerant. This is some of the fastest growing grass in the world, Napier grass. But I planted it every 2 by 2 feet. I had 500 plants. This is all that survived, but it still made a ton of green material. Mexican sunflowers were probably about 3 foot tall. Teff was maybe like a foot tall, something like that, 18 inches. And I was real worried that I wouldn't have enough silage because it was winter, right? And I had to have green material to make compost piles because it's January right now. If I didn't make silage, it would have just dried out and I wouldn't have any green materials. So, but just this kind of failed section that didn't go according to plan, it still made a lot of silage, watch. So, you don't have to be perfect. Even if you make mistakes, just finish what you start, right? Because, man, if you're trying to be perfect, and I've made this mistake with composting, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. If you're trying to be perfect, dude, you just won't accomplish anything. You'll never make progress. And I'm really excited. This is about 70 days old as well. Something like that. See, it smells like a brewery in here. It smells like a brewery in here. A little sour smell. I'm semi-worried that it's not going to be in great shape, but it's just, it'll be good enough, right? We're doing thermal composting, so it's going to kill off any pathogens. It's just a little bit more of a sour smell than I think it should be. But we're going to find out in the next few days when I open her up. But essentially all I did was I cut the grass, brought it over here. I soaked barley for 24 hours. I sprinkled the barley as I layered. I smashed it down, soaked all the water out of it, tried to keep everything about 50% moisture. And it's broken down a lot. Put this tarp over it, put these blocks on the end, these posts on the end to keep air from getting in there because it's got to be anaerobic to ferment and store properly. And then just to get everything airtight, I just put wood chips on because I have an abundance of wood chips. Really excited to see what's going on there. We've got our green material. So we've got our green material, which is the silage in this case. Could be chicken scraps, could be fresh grass clippings, could be if we were in June right now, I'd have fresh clippings. We've got the wood chips inoculated with fungi, right? So we're basically putting pre-digested wood chips into our compost pile. We're just speeding up. It's like we're basically cheating by doing that. It's a cheat code for our compost pile, essentially. Now, I've got a ton of leaves underneath all these wood chips. They're ground up pretty good. But this is all leaves, and I just threw a little bit of wood chips on here to keep everything from blowing away. So that's going into our pile as well. But you want different carbon materials. You want different sizes and quantities and ability to break down. different sizes of wood chips. Like these are finer. We've got bigger ones. Of course, every compost pile I'll make from now on is gonna be inoculated. Because we're in West Texas, we just don't have fungi naturally growing. But this is the mother pile, right? I'll make what I need. Maybe use like a quarter or a half of this. I don't know exactly how much it's gonna be. And then I'll restock it. And then this is my mother pile of inoculated wood chips, right? I've got wood chips here that I got to get to the back of the property. Wood chips over there I got to get to the back of the property. And then I'll show you the back. I've got a whole acre, but there's just, I'll show you what that looks like back there. It's a crazy amount of wood chips and carbon. Okay, I made this little wood chip patch a couple years ago. And anyways, I grew cucumbers here. Worked really good. This baling twine worked good. I just ran it up the side of the baling twine. Actually made pickles out of this a couple years ago. Anyways, I'm gonna get in here, get all these weeds pulled. There was Bermuda grass that kind of, look at that root, that kind of semi took over, but it's all dead and dormant, so I'll be able to get that out easily. I'm gonna pull up these posts, throw this string away to where it's just wood chips, but this has inoculated this, or I'm sorry, insulated the soil underneath. So our soil temperatures should be fine, and it's been a very mild winter. We've got below freezing a handful of times. I mean, it's been 70 degrees like the last 2 weeks. Here in West Texas. So anyways, what I did over here is exactly what I'm gonna do over here. Now this is a very simple greenhouse. I built it in like a day, right? So we're gonna build this together. Do exactly like what we did here over here. And it's very simple, man. That's the beautiful thing about, dude, you can't approach it like an engineer or an architect. You've got to be okay with it not being perfect, right? Otherwise, dude, nothing will get done if you're a perfectionist. Like, don't be that way. You can't be that way in farming. Like, you will drive yourself nuts and you will take all the fun out of it. All right, so we're gonna take posts. I'll show y'all, but it'll be basically 2-foot metal spikes that you get from Home Depot or Sutherland's, concrete spikes. I'll put them about every 2 foot, every 30 inches, just like over there. Maybe more, maybe like 3 foot, so I can not spend a lot of money on it. Every 3 foot, probably 20-foot joints. Same thing like what we're doing over there. Quonset style. Boom, boom, boom. All the way down the width of the property. I'll cover it with plastic. I'll frame the ends. Put a door on, or a door on probably that other side. I've got a bunch of old doors around here. I'll get me a cheap window. Frame this side, put a cheap window. Cover it with plastic, probably do 8mm plastic, something like that. Something that'll last a year. Get it at Home Depot pretty cheap. Then we'll take leaves. I've got an abundance of leaves, right? We're gonna put them in 50-gallon trash can bags. And what I've learned is those bags of leaves give off a lot of thermal mass. So this greenhouse will be completely enclosed. I'll stack, probably 2 or 3 bags of leaves all the way down on each side. And then we'll actually build, you see how that wire was over there? We'll actually build, I think I'll have enough silage for about 3 500-gallon by volume piles. So a compost pile here, compost pile here, compost pile here. That's going to give us a lot of heat. The leaves will give us a lot of thermal mass. It'll be enclosed. Might have to do a few 55-gallon drums of water for thermal mass as well. Make sure everything's staying hot. But I'm expecting a pretty mild rest of the winter. I mean, dude, the trees will start greening up here in like 50, 60 days is what's crazy. So, you know, 90 days max, all the leaves are going to be out again. So, I don't expect a lot of cold weather. This will be hot enough, and I'm going to plant, you know, just whatever seeds I got. I'm probably just going to hydrate some of that finished compost I got over there, get some stuff started indoors, and probably at my parents' greenhouse. They have like a fancy greenhouse down there, and start doing that, right? Get some tomatoes started, some cucumbers. Dude, I have like everything, bro. I have all kinds of seeds. It's insane. And then this compost has been sitting here. I got to do something with it. So it's been here for a couple of years, and I'm getting all the property cleaned up, right? So anyways, I'm going to get up all this compost here, leave it real good, use it to start some plants, like I was saying. Do some starter trays. I got a gazillion starter trays. So we'll do that. So I'll sieve all that compost, right? I'll put, I don't know, maybe like a few inches down, till it in, put the rest on top. All the wood chips, I'll just add to the pile, right? Or maybe I'll do like a nice level floor with the wood chips on top. I don't know exactly. I'll recover this sucker with plastic. Do the same thing with the leaves. Some of these filled with water, probably 2, 3, 4 of them for thermal mass. We'll keep this sucker nice and hot, keep it closed up. No compost pile in here, not enough room. But that should keep everything warm enough, 50, 60 degrees, maybe 70 degrees. You know, worst case scenario, I don't see it getting, I don't know. We're gonna measure it, right? Well, let's find out what it is. Ordering some strawberries and planting those strawberries in here. This is gonna be my little strawberry patch. It's January, I'll have this up and going by February 1st. That way, by 1st of April, I'll have an abundance of strawberries, if not before. And then then it's just a matter of, I roll up the plastic, and then we've got sheltered strawberries, and they'll just grow all season long. I'll get the everbearing kind, right? Okay, I showed you guys the footage of the farm, silage pile, inoculated wood chip pile where the leaves are, where I'm building the piles, where we're going to do the greenhouses, the existing greenhouse, and where we're building the new greenhouse. I'm super excited for this week. The only thing that's holding me back is I need more leaves, right? I did buy a leaf vacuum, and I'm actually going door to door this week, me and a couple other guys. Where I live in Texas, it's January, so it's like fall right now, right? Even though it's winter, all the leaves are on the ground. So we're going door to door, knocking on doors, getting as much leaves as possible, because in my carbon, our compost piles are 60% carbon. So out of that 60%, I like to do 30% inoculated wood chips, 30% leaves. It's good to have that variety. I just don't have as much leaves as I would like, but that's why I bought this vacuum, and then we'll get a lot of work, right? We already did a huge job last week. That was like just a ton of leaves that you wouldn't believe. But at the same time, I need more, because once I open that silage, I can't close it back. Once air is introduced to that silage, it's all got to be used. So I need to use all that up. I need more leaves. I need the leaves for the thermal mass as well, like we talked about. That's kind of the only thing that's holding me back. But if I can do that all week, get an abundance of leaves, I'll make a little money doing that, and then I'll get a great byproduct. So I'm planning by, Thursday, Friday this week at the latest, getting all the piles made, which is so exciting. But at the same time, I've got a lot of work to do. I need to do those leaves. I've got to actually build the structure for the greenhouse. So it's going to be a very exciting week of, you know, building the greenhouse, getting the piles made. Today's January 3rd. So as long as all that's done by January 15th, the piles are cooking by January 15th, the greenhouses are erect. I've got starter seeds. I've got, you know, tomatoes, cucumbers started in the greenhouse. I'll be really happy. And then that'll kind of get me in the mode because, you know, if I'm going to plant a garden this year, then I really need to start everything in trays in February, right? The goal is still to do everything in planters. I really don't want to plant anything in the ground this year unless it's in a greenhouse. So that's going to be kind of the whole adventure of what's coming. And then I heard a video earlier. It was like, what would you do if money, status, and power didn't matter? And for me, it was like such a fitting thing to hear today because I'm starting this school group, right? Like I want to do this more than anything. Like if like none of that mattered, I would want to grow healthy food. Like I don't want to do nothing else. Like, yes, I have financial responsibilities, so I have, you know, things that I have to do, but if I could do anything, I just want to grow food, right? Like just hippie, redneck, hillbilly, whatever you want to call it. I just want to grow real food, right? And I spent $1,000 on that leaf vacuum, but like, I don't care. Like composting is my life. Like in a lot of ways it is. I love it, dude. Cause I know it's the key to growing real food and I don't want to do anything else, right? That's why I'm starting this school group. That's why I'm building this community because like, I just want to do it, right? I want to do it. I want to show people how to do it. Like it's so composting, dude, like that is the key to food. So let's do it.